Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be having a look at a Compaq LTE Elite 4/75CX laptop. Now this laptop is interesting for many reasons, and the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the fact that many sources on the internet claim that it was released in 1989, yet it has 16 megabytes of RAM and it's running on Windows 95. Which 95 for a laptop that was released in 1989 is a bit much really. I mean, I'd expect it to go up to about 3.11, but Windows 95, it seems slightly intense on hardware that was made in the 80s. So yeah, now I've already been into this and I can't seem to find out what processor it's running on. All it's come up with is I think it's a 6-digit number. So yeah, we can have a look at that a little later. But first of all, let's have a look around the actual computer itself. So as you can see on the top here, it has got the name and the model of the computer. Over here it's got a 3.5-inch floppy diskette drive. Not sure what this is. That is the hard drive little cabinet, and I forgot the name of that. Well, I haven't forgot it, but I think I've had a bit of a mental lapse there. Anyway, here it is, one of these screen toggles, so this basically means that you can actually lift the screen up, and here, this is extremely interesting. That's right click and that's left click, and the fact that it doesn't have any PS2 ports or USB ports. Sorry, it doesn't have any PS2 or USB ports on it. Well, say USB, I'm not expecting a computer of this era to have USB port. It's more like sort of Windows 98 era thing, which has started to have the 1.x USB ports, but yeah, so it's rather interesting that it has that configuration anyway. Around the back here we have the power input here, a fan, and what appears to be either a display or a printer port, perhaps. Yeah, I think it's probably for a peripheral device. Not quite sure what it would be though. I mean, yeah, display or printer, or it could even be for an old mouse of some sort, but I'm really not sure about that one. If I lower the camera down slightly, then you can have a better look, and perhaps if you know what this blooming thing is, then you could leave a comment below if you want to. It's got three sort of separate things. You can see the golden or brass pins on top of these two. There is another one just above that which you can't see. It's got exactly the same pin configuration there. And yeah, so that's quite interesting. If you know what that is, do feel free to let me know and let others know as well. And if I close that up, we can bring it around to this side, which has a very interesting little port over here. I presume that's for a number pad, seeing as it sort of has this weird little plastic thing has a number pad sort of configuration there. So it might have actually been used in some sort of retail industry or bank or something. Although if it was used in a bank it'd probably be destroyed, but yeah. So we also have this here, I'm not quite sure what that is. Can't seem to get that to... Oh, hang on. What's that? Ah, that's just an entrance to the some sort of motherboard thing. Hang on. I've already lowered the camera down, but if I actually... I have absolutely no idea what that is. I presume that's just something to add hardware to it, like I had one of these on another computer, but I can't quite remember the name for it. Yeah, I presume that's just to plug additional hardware in. So let's just close that up again. Ooh. Up slightly. Right. So that's basically it for the outside, but I suppose I'll show you the inside now. So if I actually, well, not the inside, but the screen and everything. So it's quite an interesting little thing there. As you can see, if I raise the camera up slightly more, you can see there it has a membrane keyboard. The power switch is over here, as well as the reset switch, and obviously it's got lights down here to indicate whether it's on and off. Over here, this little thing is meant to be a sort of mouse. It sort of looks like one of them old ball mouse sort of things, which they've just stuck the ball there for you to move around with your finger. This is obviously the brightness control, and yeah, so that's basically that. Let's just turn it on now, one moment. Right, now for the moment of truth. As you can see up there in the corner, it is counting how much RAM it's got. Obviously it's got 16 megs of, I believe it's SD RAM. And now it's booting into Windows 95. Never seen that weird effect before, I'm not quite sure what's going wrong with that. That's having no effect. But yeah, it's funny actually, because for a computer that was made in apparently 1989, it's running on Windows 95, and apparently 1989 again, it's got 16 megs of RAM, so unless someone's upgraded the RAM, I'm really not sure what's going on there really. And as you can see, it takes a while to boot in to 95 as well. Now, a few things that I want to show you now that it's finally booted. So, finish booting up. Now, look at the mouse as I take it around the screen. Notice that there's a driver issue there, but I don't think I can ever fix that because the drivers for this computer will be so scarce. I mean, the information itself about the PC is incredibly scarce, so I don't know how I'm going to think about that. But anyway, so here is the system properties, and as you can see, 16 megs of RAM. That is the only presumed processor information that there is. And 86 at the end. Well, I suppose actually that's x86, but yeah. Look at this as well, when I'm trying to scroll up or whatever, it just will not follow. So, go down to, trying to scroll down, go to properties on this one, we can see that it's got a 514 meg hard drive, and I'm not quite sure what's going wrong with the screen. But yeah, not all that good. If we go into Device Manager, I can tell you something about the drivers, I suppose. Trying to scroll down, as you can see, but it's not letting me. There we are. Okay, so as you can see, it just identifies Compaq Notebook Display, WD, Western Digital. And it's the same for all of them, Compaq. But yeah, don't know why it says VGA, because it's not really. And here it says PS2 port mouse. That's not a PS2 port mouse, is it? This has got some really strange configuration. So yeah. And it doesn't have any sound drivers, even though it's got a speaker as well, so that's also quite strange. So anyway, I think that wraps it up for the actual OS and everything on here. I can show you, I suppose, if I manage to get the mouse up to the top. It's got programs, it's got all the Microsoft Office 97 programs. Internet Explorer, I believe that is Internet Explorer 3. There's only one way to be sure though. I wonder why I can't go to the page, I really do wonder. Anyway. Yeah, 3.0. Not exactly the most advanced web browser that's ever come out. I don't think I would say that that's better than the latest version of Chrome, but it's not that great if I'm perfectly honest. So yeah, that's basically it. So anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and that's basically the end of that. I do need to sort out that display problem. Oh dear, I remember my old school back in 2004 and 2005. They had all these really old, massive Windows 95 and 98 towers, and this was back in 2005, 2006. So I don't even think that was supported anymore back then, because I think they went out of support when XP was released. But yeah, anyway, I don't think they were connected to the internet anyway, so it didn't really pose much of a security risk. Not that they could even go on the internet with Internet Explorer 3 or 4 or whatever. But anyway, like I say, that wraps it up for this video. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll just turn this off and unplug it. So yeah, that basically wraps it up. Anyway, I will be doing more research into this computer and possibly putting Windows 3.1 on this, because I don't think that Windows 95 is the best system for a computer that was made in 1989. But I'll do more research into its release date. Yeah, it's interesting. I suppose people just upgraded the RAM over its existence, really. And like I say, it's a good price, 41 quid for it. So that basically wraps it up. Thank you all very much for watching, and until the next video, that's basically it. Thank you all very much for watching once again, and goodbye.